So, if anyone who's been paying attention to the tech sector, you'll know that Gamers Nexus, Steve from Gamers Nexus, has called Linus out on several different things that LTT, Linus Media Group, whatever you want to call them as, has done in the past couple months, actually within this year. So, this video is not going to discuss about all the other stuff that Gamers Nexus has brought up, like the wrong graphics, the wrong charts, the wrong data. This video is not about that. This video is about what LTT has done to a small startup company that I find highly unethical, highly egregious, and I really think consequences need to be put in place for what's happened. What those be, I let the community think of what needs to be done. But for me, I can't just stand by and not say anything about it, because whenever I first listened to Steve's video yesterday, I was highly pissed. Then I seen Linus's response to that. It got me even more pissed. And then I seen Steve's video today in the opening portions of his news segment, and that just pushed me over the edge. That is, be frank, it's highly bullshit, and it cannot be fucking stand for in the story. So, how I'm gonna sort this out is I'm basically just gonna give an example, okay? Say I'm a screwdriver channel. I deal with nothing but screwdrivers. Okay? I review them, I give my opinion on them, and then I tell people online that watches the videos what I think about it. Should you pay for it? Should you not? So, I've got a prototype here by a new screwdriver company that's just now starting out as prototyping, from Linus Tech Tips. No, this is not an actual Linus Tech Tip screwdriver. I'm not going to pay $63 for that POS. And then I have another screwdriver from a reputable brand. And I'm going to compare the two. And I'm going to pit them up head to head. However, this is a Phillips screwdriver. And instead of going through and trying to take out a Phillips screw, I've got something with flathead screws. And I'm going to attempt to take the flathead screws out with this screwdriver. Even though I know that they're wrong screws, I'm going to attempt to anyways. And afterwards, this is a bad screwdriver. It doesn't do the job it says it can do. It won't take the screws out, even though I messed up and used a Phillips screwdriver for a flathead. Not only that, Linus Tech Tips reaches out to me and goes, dude, man, that's not what we designed it for. We worked really hard on that prototype, and it's a prototype. Can we please have it back so we can do some more validations with other people? And that way, we have a data set we can go on to improve the screwdriver. Okay, yeah, you can give it back. But I make a bad review on you because I tell you, this costs way too much money. And I don't want anyone to buy it because I think it's a highly, highly big waste of money. And I agreed to give it back to you. However, a month down the road, I have a big event that a bunch of people are going to come down to. And hey, I'm going to have a charity auction. And hey, I'm going to put the screwdriver up for a charity auction to sell off. Even though I don't want people to fucking buy it because it's a bad screwdriver, I'm still going to sell it to get money for it. That's what Linus did, essentially. That's exactly what Linus did. And it is highly, highly fucked up. I've seen a lot of stuff online. I've seen a lot of stuff in person, especially in the job and field I'm in. That takes the cake in my book. To Billet Labs, I just want to go, I'm sorry. In a day, I didn't see the video. I didn't know anything about this until Steve brought it up. And after Steve brought it up, it's like, wow. I can't believe this is happening. Surely, Linus gave Billet Labs prototype monoblock a fair shake, right? Here's how that video started. Just in case you're wondering.
I'm about to water cool a computer, but with a catch. The writer who prepped the system for me has never water cooled a PC before. He sought help from one of our engineers who has never water cooled a PC before. And we are going to be using an utterly unique, one-of-a-kind water block that is intended to cool both the CPU and the graphics card as one. The cost for this madness? $800 US. And by the time we're done, possibly my sanity, based on how things went last time we built a computer. That is a lot of paste, Adam.
Not a sorry, not a oops, my bad. Cool.
I don't want to lie to you. This doesn't make any sense.
HDMI?
I don't think it posted.
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry about this message.
Yeah, that's exactly how that video started. What they failed to mention in that is that block was designed for a 3090 Ti is what the block was designed for. And they put it on a 4090. Now, a lot of stuff came out, and like I said, I highly encourage people to go watch both of Steve's videos. I wouldn't pay attention to Linus Tech Tips forums because, yeah, the response is bullshit. It's, oh, I'm the victim. Why didn't Steve come and, talk to me? You sound like Nora Katz from Artesian Builds now, Linus. It's exactly who you sound like, is Nora Katz. You are becoming the next Artesian Builds, and we all know what happened to them. Not a good look. But, one, it was a prototype. They are building it. Yes, it's expensive. And is it $800? Maybe. Could it be more? Maybe. Could it be less if they get the design down and actually get a good design? It could be a lot less. It's a prototype. Prototype. There's going to be some inherent cost. And for the fact that not only you screwed up on your end, you didn't take it seriously. You put uneducated people into doing this as some sort of tutorial. Hey, it's so easy doing this. I'm gonna have these people come in. And you treated it like a fucking joke from the get-go. Actually, at the very beginning, here's the thing. And here's how I assume this happened. And this is my speculating. But knowing how Linus does shit, I wouldn't put this past him. I guarantee that either Linus reached out or this, Billet Labs reached out. One of the two. And say, hey, can you review this? We need some data samples because we're building this block. We're going through a startup and we want to get some data. And they're like, sure, we'll go ahead and do this. And they probably thought that they were going to go through and be, practical about this. They didn't think that they got treated as a mockery. From the very start of that video, all the way throughout that video to the end, they treated it like a fucking joke. Now, whether the product is a joke or not, it does not matter. If it's a prototype and it's being designed and you're gonna be helping out with it, at least have some dignity and due diligence and do your actual fucking job to make sure you get the shit right. And not bitch and complain that's gotta be $5 or $6 or $7 or $800 worth of employees' times. Okay, you stated in that video that that block is $800, but yet it's a prototype sample that they sent you. And then you turn around and auction the fucking thing off after you already told the company that you're going to give it back to them. But now you can't be bothered? Or, oh, I'm just going to send them money and just sweep it. No! That's not how this works, and this is not how this should work. Your feet need to be held to the fire, Linus. So does the rest of your staff and team that allowed this to fucking happen. This is bullshit. In the story in the day, this is absolute fucking bullshit. You treated it as a joke. You used the wrong fucking cord. You had fitment issues because it was the wrong cord. Doubling down, saying it doesn't matter if you retested it, the examples have got to be the same. It's real telling when your own freaking co-host, Luke, states, maybe it's because it was on the wrong cord. You know, the most common sense thing of all time. You're supposed to be a fucking tech channel? You know, at this point, Electro Go Boom has a lot more fucking credibility than you. Wow. That's... whew. Man. And then you try and sweep it underneath the rug, say, oh, we reached a conclusion, and we agreed on a price whenever they told Steve whenever he asked. No. We told him, hey, you know that was a prototype. You know how much that costed, right? Crickets. A month. A month after that video. A month to 2 months after that fucking video. And then they sold it at LTX. They never returned the block back to them. So they could do more validation testing for the most part. Or maybe change the design. Or maybe see, could they possibly fit it on a 4090? Was, you know, have some secondary results on that test. You know, maybe give it to Jay's 2 cents. Since he's a water cooling guru fanatic. Maybe he can go in there and go, yeah, this will work just fine, and just do this, this, and this. Or maybe go, maybe if you actually put it on the correct card, it works. But no, you sell it in a charity, and at this point, I know what he said. I don't care if we sold it for profit. I don't care if we sold it for charity. Gave the money to charity. I don't care. The end point is, it was something that was not his. It was a prototype that did not belong to him. He bitched, whined, and moaned and groaned about retesting it and using so much of his staff's money, and then sells it, not giving back to the company. You fucked them, Linus, over a barrel. That is not what you do. I'm still having issues sitting here listening to this whole deal go on and going, this cannot be real. I knew you were a screw up from a lot of the stuff you spout off on your brand shows and a lot of your shows, because they make absolutely no sense in a lot of shit you do. And I'm not going to go into it because those are my own personal opinions. I've never made videos on it. That's just my own personal take. But end of the day, I can't believe it. You're supposed to come out as a quote-unquote authority in the tech world because you've got the largest platform, you've worked your way up. You're supposed to have some sort of integrity, and the only thing I see when I see that video, I see what happened, I see the responses, and I see you trying to sit here and play victim. No. No. It's flat out unacceptable. And I know I'm most likely rambling. Like I said, a lot of these are not scripted. I don't go by scripts. I go from off the cuff, off the heart, full on into this whole deal. But You know, and then lied. Oh, yeah, we reached out and agreed on a quote. No, you didn't. Billet Labs even stated, no, you didn't. They hadn't received no word from you until Steve's video dropped. Here's what needs to happen. In my book, the way I'm seeing it, here's what needs to happen. You need to go through your audits, your logs, or whatever. You need to find out who purchased that block. I don't care if it was for charity or not. You take the charity funds out of your own budget. You pay that charity. You pay that charity the money. And then you turn around. You pay the person who bought that block and you buy the block back from them. And you give it back to Billet Labs. Because here's why I'm interested in it. Because I really think you did this to cover your fucking ass. And this is coming into conspiracy theory time. But I think you got arrested so bad on that video in the comments. You really did. Because you had to make mention of it on a WAN show. You wanted to get rid of it. It was an embarrassment. You didn't want anything to do with it. So instead of doing the right thing to give the block back to Billet Labs so they can go through and re-verify it with someone else and go, Linus is absolutely talking out of his fucking ass. Let's sell it. That way, no one can now test it. Because I really want to see what that block can do on the proper card, a 3090 Ti. I want to see what it can do. And I want to see it be given to Jay to validate it. That's what I want to see. Someone needs to go out and contact the people, find who has that block. Or if anyone who's watching this video knows who bought the block, contact them. Let them know what's going on. Get the block back to the company. Afterwards, you make an apology video. Not a private one. Not an email, not a mano a mano, and not on your fucking blog or on Twitter, a video. And you apologize. And you take that worthless fucking piece of shit video you got, joke of a video of that block, down. And any all revenue you got from that video, you give the fucking you give back to that fucking company. Any kind of profit you made off that video, you turn around and give it to Billet Labs. In my book, that's the only solution to this problem. Because at the end of the day, I think Billet Labs needs to take your ass fucking court over that goddamn deal. Highly fucking unethical. And then to fucking double down on it. I've been a Linus Tech Tip fan. I've been critical of him. I've also been a fan. This has got me to go, I probably just need to unsubscribe. And anyone else what the fucking way and saw it that thinks this whole situation is BS, and I'm not trying to do this as a I'm not trying to do this as a brigade thing. So people understand I'm not trying to do this as a brigading thing. But if you feel like that this has crossed the line, I'm going to use one of Linus's quotes that he uses all the time. Speak with your wallets. Unsubscribe to them. Unsubscribe to Floatplane. Unsubscribe to all of his channels. Don't buy much from him. And don't watch them until these things have been done. I can't believe he done this to a startup company. What if somebody did that to you, Linus? You'd be screaming from the high fucking heavens. I know you would. You know how I know? You bitched about Steve whenever he did the Trust Me Bro thing. With that, I'm done ranting. This has got me so freaking hot. I can't believe Linus do something like this. I thought he was a smart one. As very fucking irresponsible, very fucking stupid. And the people at Billet Labs, I'm sorry to hear for this. I hope you get true recognition. I hope you get reimbursement. I hope you get your original block back. And I hope Linus makes this correct for you guys. Because, I mean, community needs to. The community needs to hold his feet to the fire. And he needs to come out and actually rectify this. I just can't believe all this happened. I'm highly disappointed in fucking Linus and all your staff. The only one, I don't know the internal conversation, stuff like that, but the only one I've seen from your side say anything about it is Luke. And Luke kind of went against you on it. And I think Luke needs to do that more. Because if he would just went against you and got you to fucking redo stuff, maybe you wouldn't be in this fucking mess that you're in now. With that, like the video, like it, subscribe if you like the content I put out. With that, see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.